Welcome to Ask Grandma Carol. Today I have a question from Ethan, who asks, why can't we breathe underwater? Good question, Ethan. It seems like a mystery that fish, frogs, and other creatures can breathe underwater, but people can't. Let's find out why. First, let's explore how we breathe. Human beings are warm-blooded and need a lot of oxygen. We have lungs. Over time, the lining in our lungs adapted to handle air rather than water. The oxygen we need arrives in the form of H2O, which is 2 hydrogen particles combined with 1 oxygen particle. Our lungs are able to take in the oxygen from this complex because they are designed to work with, you got it, air. Our lungs capture oxygen that is in the form of a gas. We need a lot of air to survive, and lucky for us, air has 20 times more oxygen than water does. Fish are cold-blooded and need much less air. They have evolved so that they breathe in oxygen with their gills. What are gills? They're a respiratory organ found in fish that extracts dissolved oxygen from water. Gills contain many filaments with thousands of tiny folds. In other words, gills have a very, very large surface area. When they come into contact with water, they extract the oxygen there. Extracting oxygen is hard work because water is much more dense than air. Thank goodness gills are designed to do this. Gills do not extract oxygen from H2O like lungs do. They breathe in oxygen gas that has been dissolved in water. What does that mean, dissolved in water? Think of a glass of soda pop with lots of bubbles. The bubbles are a result of carbonation when carbon dioxide gas is forced to dissolve in water. Unlike carbon dioxide gas, which needs to be forced to dissolve in water, oxygen does this naturally. But what about frogs and toads and salamanders? They have lungs like us, but can breathe underwater. How do they do that? When amphibians are on land, they use their lungs to breathe. When they are underwater, they breathe through their skin. Being able to breathe through their skin is something that happened over time. People cannot breathe through their skin. So what about bugs and sea lions? They have lungs and can still breathe underwater. Well, if you learn to deep sea dive and were wearing an oxygen tank, you could breathe underwater too. It's true that some species of insects dive underwater and stay there for a long time to hunt for food or avoid predators looking for them. But they have a special trick that allows them to do this. The dense hair around their waxy bodies lets them trap bubbles of air. They can use oxygen from their air pockets, just like we would get air from an air tank. Do you have a question for Grandma Carol? Email me at askgrandmacarol@yahoo.com. Yours just might be one of the questions I answer on the show. And don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified when new episodes come out.
I'm so glad you're here, spending time with me. Help me make this way more fun, share your curiosity. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Got a question, pose it now. Blank stare.